Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can you hear me?
Yes,
All
we
right.
can hear you.
Yeah, thank you. We will start in a minute. Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We will start our session now. Welcome to the Microsoft Teams training session for today. And thank you very much for joining. In the beginning, let me start with the overview of the session and what we are going to cover. In the beginning, we will discuss how to set up an online class with correct settings, and we will discuss some incidents that happened with teachers and how to avoid such incidents. And number two, we will Arwa will discuss the feature of a class notebook that you can use it for students' portfolios. And number three, I will discuss the feature of, together, we will discuss the Classwork feature. For the first one, we will discuss the roles of the attendees and presenters and how to allocate the recording and whiteboard with the breakout rooms. All right, so usually when we want to start scheduling an online class for our classes, there are two ways to do that. Either directly from your team here, so when you go to the Teams, or from calendars, from the calendar here. And we will show the difference. Okay, so if we want to schedule an online class, so we can go from here and then schedule a meeting. Well, in the beginning, we need to give it a title. All right. And then we will decide on the date and on the time. And then automatically it will say here where it will be allocated, like it will be in this team, which is class 2. And by clicking here, send personal invitees, it means like students will receive an email, individual invitation will be sent to students. And if you click on here, if we look at this ribbon, here we have response options. Like students will be able to accept the invitation or not. All right, so you can decide on this, either your class or it could be for another meeting for your audience. Okay, and from here, from options, it's the same here, more options and this one. Who can bypass the lobby? Like you don't have to admit them, like people on my organization and guests. So you will decide, do you want just people on your organization so that they will sign into your by their university email? All right. The most important thing that I want to discuss it with you is here the roles of attendees and presenters here roles. Because by default, as you can see here, who can present everyone? So students, if you haven't checked this one, students will be given presenter roles. 3, everyone, people in my organization and guests, specific people, only organizers and co-organizers. So either you do it from Teams or either do it from calendar, students will be given this role. That it's really important to change it to only organizers and co-organizers. Now let me show you what can presenters do. Here, I want you to look at this column. They can participate in the share content, so they can stop you from sharing your content, and they can take control of your screen. It happened to one of the teachers, and unfortunately, they can take control of someone else's PowerPoint presentation. They can mute other participants, prevent attendees from unmuting themselves, remove participants, stop recording. Like it happened to me once, I couldn't find the recording, and I remember that I didn't disable that function. So start or stop live transcription. All right. So this setting is really important to change it from presenter to attendees. Let me go back to my, yes, here, from roles and recording and transcription. Here you will decide, do you want it to start automatically or not. Another one that you need to decide on, which is audio and video. I would recommend that allow attendance report, which should be enabled. And here, allow camera for attendees. I recommend this to disable it because by default it is enabled. Because sometimes like students open their cameras and they don't notice that, and their colleagues might take picture of them without knowing. And it happened last semester in one of the classes. So it's better to disable this one, right? Who can admit from the loopy? It's better to change it to only organizers. And once you finish, you need to click save. So once you are done, you can just like click send. So an individual email will be sent to the student regarding this class. Okay. Now, how to allocate the recording of your class or your attendance report. Okay. So let's say you have already you are done with your online class, like here. So when you go back to your team and then click here, you will see that some tabs are added to this ribbon. Like you will have the chat here. Okay, so you can get the attendance, you can get the recap, the recording from here, and you can get the meeting whiteboard. If you used whiteboard in the online class, you can access it from here and share it with the student again if you want to. Okay, and here the breakout rooms. All right. And accessing the attendance report, again, you need to go to the, here, I'm done with this online class 2 weeks ago, I guess. The same thing, click on it, and then you will go to attendance. And then from here, you can download it. All right, the report shows that when student joined the meeting, okay, and when they left the meeting, and how long they remain in the meeting. And as you can see here, like I gave them role of presenter. I was in Harry. And from here, I can tell how did they join my meeting, either using their mobile phones or Teams desktop or computer. All right, now I will move to talking about the whiteboard and breakout rooms, because they are really interactive features in online classes that will add a lot to your online class. Okay. All right, so if you want to create the breakout rooms to divide your students into groups, so you can go from here, which is rooms. And then from here, you will decide how many rooms or how many groups that you want to divide your class into. And
Sorry,
then here,
sorry, ma'am, your screen is not visible, I think.
okay, thank you for telling me this. Here.
Yes, now it is
Now, is
available.
it showing?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Great,
yeah.
great, thank you. Because I'm using the same meeting, all right? That's why it was somehow confusing.
Oh,
Anyhow, okay,
it's show.
from rooms
It's
here, so we need to click on this one, rooms, and then from here you will decide how many groups you want to divide your class into. You will decide, and here you will decide like you wanted to assign them manually. For example, if you want to separate girls from boys, or you want it to be automatically like assign 4 to 5 people to each room. And then we will create the room. Unfortunately, now we have only 1 hour. Otherwise, we will practice it so that you will see how does it feel for students to be in breakout rooms. All right, because you can also give them announcements. You can set a timer for them, and anytime you can get them back to your main meeting as well. All right. Uh, there is another for the whiteboard. Unfortunately, it has to be from share my screen, but I think I cannot click it. If I click here, it will stop sharing. Anyhow, from share, when you click share, you will see there is a whiteboard. Okay. So from the whiteboard, you will click there, and then it takes you to the whiteboard that you can show to your students. So now how I can show it to you, I will go to my app launcher. All right. So either you can send them a link in the chat so that everyone will can join the whiteboard and you can work collaboratively all at the same time. But you can know who is writing and student can edit automatically. All right. Like because like I am the organizer, so it's difficult to click on stop sharing. Anyhow, now I will go to my email. And like whiteboard, you can use it not only for online classes, you can use it for any classes from here. If you cannot see it from the recently used applications from the app launcher here, you go to the more apps. So whiteboard, you will get the same thing when you go to share and whiteboard in your meeting. So either you will start from the beginning, or you can use one of the, I will show you some of the whiteboards that we have already used. You can enlarge it. You can add from here templates, okay, like for reading or for brainstorming. Here you can add images, documents, here loop components. Here I use the template and I ask groups to fill in using the vocabulary in meaningful sentences. Like some of the students have already started filling in.
Sorry,
And
ma'am, just I want to interrupt. Sorry. When you
mhm,
are using more options, it's there, yeah, three dot.
uh-huh,
Click here, yes, template. I think
yeah,
blank template is not available. I tried. Check that one, ma'am, please. See that one. All template is like that. How can I search blank? Like, see,
yeah.
each
You know
are is
what?
just like a.
From the
Uh,
beginning, yeah,
mm,
like you will go back to
uh,
whiteboard.
okay. Yes, go
New
back
white
also. Yeah, yeah. New whiteboard. Okay.
without clicking
See,
anything. It will be blank.
yeah.
Yeah. So you don't
Okay.
click
This is
anything.
yeah. Yes. This is so. No. This what I'm telling. This first time we will get. Suppose that I need to add page here, blank page. So again, we need to see star na three dot. Suppose that if I click three dot, then it will not
And you,
show the blank. Yeah, yeah.
mm,
So always we try
you
to
mean,
blank. We will not get a blank page. That means always we will try to back. Then we will get this screen which we are showing this one, like
yeah,
whiteboard
but
4. Yeah,
yeah, your whiteboard is very
yeah,
big. Okay, let's say this one is already used. Okay,
yeah.
and you want like a
Mhm.
blank space, just like
Mm.
here.
Oh yeah, yeah, yes. It's okay. But blank space we will, if we scroll up or down, it will show to us. But suppose that if I want to black, like see that one, this screen is fully black now. If you scroll up or down, left to right, then it will. But see that one
Yeah,
now, it is now you cannot add any blank page here. You have to go
no, no,
again back.
you have to start a
Yeah,
new whiteboard. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. New
yeah.
right board always. Yeah, that's the I think. Yeah, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Most welcome. Yeah. And from here, you can add loop components, like if it's for brainstorming, for example, this one, add task list loop component. Let's say I will add it here. But like while students fill in and write their answers or their input, you can't tell who is writing. Like now, I can see that I'm here. All right, so you can follow up with your students who is following you. I think that's all for the whiteboard, but if you want to share it, if you want to share it in your Microsoft Teams from here, share. And by default, students can edit the whiteboard even using their phones. By the way, it is automatically happen. All right, so from here they can edit. You will copy the link, share it with them in Microsoft Teams, and then they can join you if you want to share it with them in like in regular classes. I think that's all, Arwa. Now you can move to the second point.
All right, thank you very much, Arwa. Now let's move on to the another thing that we can explore in Microsoft Teams. So let me share my screen. Um, can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So these are my classes from Teams. I can find my classes. So if I click to this class, like class 2, and now let's try to explore the class notebook. So the class notebook, it's like a space where you can like make a private spaces for each one of your students. So if you want, for example, to make the portfolios, you can use this class notebook to make the private spaces for each one of your students. So this one has already done. So let me go to another class. This is listening class, for example. This is my listening class. And from here, you can see the navigation panel. If I click to the class notebook, all right, then you will find this page. You need to set up your class notebook. So once you click here, you can start from blank notebook, or you can take the content from other notebooks that already existed before. So what I'm going to do now, I will choose the blank notebook, and then it will show this. This is like a small introduction. What are you going to have? You will have here a space which is a collaboration space. So in this space, the teacher and students can edit the content, can share documents, can do anything that they want in this collaboration space. In the content library, it's like a library for the students. They can only take the materials, but they cannot change or edit anything that they want. So it's only like a library for taking the material. And then you have a teacher only section. It's like a section only for you. Students cannot see it. They cannot like get access to this section. And then each one of the student will have individual private space. So once you click on next, here by default you will have 4 sections to each student. So here you will have student's name according to the members that you have in your class. So for example, if you added one of the student called Ahmed, then his name will appear here. And these are the sections that he will find um, in his portfolio. If you want to add more sections, yes, you can. If you want to change uh, the title, also you can. If you want to delete, for example, I deleted the homework section. I want only 3 sections to each one of my students. Also you can. And then create. Then now it's getting, the notebook is getting ready. So it will take some time. All right, now it's coming. So this is my notebook, my class notebook. So here you have a navigation panel. It's similar to a Word document. If you can see, we have a file, home, insert, if you want to draw, view, and other things. And if you click here, this is another navigation panel. So from here, you can see the 3 sections, which is the collaboration space, the library, and the teacher section. And these are my students. I have one called Fida, Riham, and Shahad. So if I click here in collaboration space, in this space, I can add as many pages as I want. So for example, it's like a collaboration space between me and my students. I can add like a welcoming page. So if I said welcome, and then I can write here. You can also delete. You can insert links, pictures, attachments from your computer. If you want to record something to your students from audio, and also you can put images and so many things. All right. So for example, if I want to say, what is your favorite, or what is your best English skill? Okay.
Sorry, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. Sorry. Just I need to ask you, shall you enter mathematics terminology also? Because as a mathematics teacher, just I am searching that. How can I put mathematical symbols? Like see, draw, insert, anything is new. So here, see, it is not, I think it is not visible. It is showing just like that. See, you can type anything if you, even though
Wait.
yeah, I'm doing, but see, math assistant, but you cannot. I
So
think
I
disable,
cannot,
I think,
you
from
mean I
the
cannot
system.
like
Yeah,
use
yeah,
it?
yeah. See,
Let me just try, because I didn't discover that one because I'm teaching
yeah,
English.
yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, I think it's not working now.
Yeah. No, it is. I think it is disabled from the uh, college. I think from the university level. I
Maybe
think
in our
because of
version
I
we
was.
don't have this option,
Yeah. I think. Yeah.
because
And yeah, as a
there are
mathematics
some
teacher or
versions. Yeah, there are some
yeah,
versions, and for example,
yeah,
we cannot like add our students all of them together. This is one of the
yeah,
options
yeah,
we cannot do because
yeah.
this is the version that we have. because you know it's
Yeah, yes,
paid
because of
version.
see, yeah, yes, but see what I'm telling, it's not only for this class note or notebook. It's not only for only one department to use. They can use.
Yeah,
For example, yes, what is your best English skills are that if you want, you can. But suppose that if I want to make up something in mathematical, like writing, yes, it is available draw. But in if you open PPT or Word file, then we can write mathematics by using like keyboard also. But here I am trying, I think last from 6 months, but it is not. So now I got the point that maybe they are disabled that one from the
yeah. Not
university level.
everything we
Yeah.
have
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Have
Exactly.
you
We don't have
reported this to the
all of
server
the
team? No, I
again,
think we
Arwa?
need to report this. Yeah, we need to report this. Have you reported this to the server team? Because like I think they haven't enabled all features for us. It's from them.
Yeah, it should be, ma'am, because it's not only for only writing, my typing. It should be like typing as well as mathematics. Yeah, it should be useful for all. Like suppose if in
Yeah,
engineering
we will
people they
report
are
it
doing
in.
something, yeah, yes, ma'am. If engineering people, mathematics people, or even though maybe some symbols showing, if in English also we can use that. Even see if you click symbol, only symbol means little symbols are there. See, ma'am. Yeah, see that one? Yeah, this is only more symbol but finish. Like we cannot insert anything like mathematical term. Yes, you can use only this. Yes. So
Yeah, we will
it's
report this
like
inshallah.
yeah,
Let's see how.
yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Because it's just like free version means free version means free version means it's not like we have to use for all purpose. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you very much. All right, then. So this is the collaboration space. You can like put questions. Students can reply to you using these options that you can see them here. And then from the content library, in the library, um, here you can put any content, any materials that you want for the students' portfolios. Uh, and the students can take that, they can take the materials without changing or without deleting or editing anything from here. So for example, if I want to add a page to this content and I want to put the term planner, this is my title, then I will go to file, insert file attachment, and this is my term planner, insert as attachment. So the students can see it here in the content library, in the page of the term planner. They can download it. Once they click on it, they can download it. All right, so this is the library. You can put materials as you like. And then in the teacher only, it's a place, like a private place for you as a teacher. So you can put here anything that you like, and the students will not be able to see it or display it. All right, and then here we have the students' private space. Each one of the student, if you remember, I have only assigned or I have give each one of the students 3 sections. So these are the 3 sections for each one of the students. So here, if you go to the class notebook, here we have in the navigation panel here different options to be used. If you want to distribute a page to your students, for example, uh, in the collaboration space, I want to put an assignment and then I want to distribute it to the private spaces of my students. So what I'm going to do, I will put first here in the collaboration space, for example, in this section, I will add a page and then I will write, for example, news review. So then I will ask my students to upload your news review here. So I'm asking them to upload their news review in this place. Then what you are going to do, you will go to distribute a page. You can distribute it to all of the students or some of the students, or if you are making like different groups. For example, at-risk students, you want to give them like more activities, you can use the group distribution and then distribute this page to that group, at-risk group. So what I'm going to do, I will click to distribute page, the first one. And then to which section do you want to be added, this news review? For example, I will put it in the quizzes in this section, and then you can put or click on distribute. So now the page is distributed. It will take some time. Now done. So if I go back to one of my student private spaces and then I will go to the quizzes, you see, now I can see the news review page. It's here for each one of my students. So this is distributing page. If you want individual distribution, you need to select to whom do you want to distribute the page. And for group, you need first to add a group. For example, I want at-risk group, so I will write at-risk students. Then I will click these two students and then save. Then I can distribute to this group. All right. So this is how you can distribute a page. Here you can distribute a section. So for example, this is one section, quiz, handouts, class notes. You can add another section here, and then you can put pages inside it. Copy to content library. If you want to copy anything from your content library, this one. And here we have another option, which is review students' work. So if I click here, review student work. So now I want to review the news review. I will go to quizzes section. And then I will have the news review. So these are my students. If I click to the first one, you see, this is the news review of my students. If they have put something here, then you can here like type, or you can put stickers. If you go here from these three dots, wait, insert, and then you want to put emojis, you want to put stickers. Here we have some stickers like a star. Okay, and then I can say nice work. If you want to give feedback, you can do that as well. So the students will get feedback once they submit their news review. If you want to go to another student, this is the page of the shahad. All right, so this is the general things that we have in the class notebook. Now we are going to move to a different option with Ms. Arwa Al-Hudaifi.
Okay, thank you, Arwa. Now I will share my screen. We will move to the third point, which is the classwork feature. And then we are going to discuss why do we recommend starting from classwork feature, not the assignment tab, for example, and how we can organize our materials and add different files, add an assignment, and then we will discuss grading and adding rubric with Arwa al-sherieqi as well. All right. So these are my teams for this semester. And when I go to here to classwork, you can share files with your students either from these tabs, like adding from here, or adding from classwork. But I advise, like, I found starting from classwork makes your work really organized and easy to access. It's easy for students to review as well and allocate their work. So for example, here, when I go to assignments, I have nothing shown, but I have already assigned activities, assignments to my students in classwork. When you start from classwork, you need to add modules, and you can organize your classwork depending on the assessment. So depending on the assessment or depending on the, I don't know, maybe like you are dealing with 2 books, so you can organize it in this way. So the first thing to do is you need to add a module, new module, and give it a name. Let's say for submitting the vocabulary logs. But this one, it will be like, and then you need to save it and then publish it. But this is for my class. It will be added there, so I don't want to add it. All right. And this is of last semester. When I go to classwork, like this one for reflective writing, and all reflective writing submission in one place. So it's easily allocate the reflective writings, 5 of them. And here where students submitted their vocabulary logs, and here all what I shared with my students for related to vocabulary practice, either documents, materials, links, or quizzes or assignment, and here for story review. Here, like as an example, so if I want to add a module, say this, for story review, let's say anything related to story review will be shared here. You need to click publish, otherwise students won't be able to view it. So once you need to click publish. Yes. And you can start adding resources or drop files from here. So this one is the same as this icon here as well. And from here, you can add files, you can share materials with your students. You can like upload from your device or from OneDrive or from like Teams, or you can start from scratch any document. All right, if we want to create an assignment for our students, for example, new assignment. Say, I don't know, part 2. And then you want to attach a document with them where students should put their, should write their input in. So attach. Let's say this document. And by default, this option students can edit. It means student will get one copy. Everyone can write on it. They can view each other's input. So we need to change it. When we click here, students edit their own copy. So you will get a copy for each one. And from here, you will decide the points. And from here, you will add rubric, like Arwa will discuss it with you later. And from here, you can view how does it look like. From here, you will decide on the submission date. Okay, and from here, how does it look like for students? When we click on students, yes. And then assign. It will be included in here, story review. So in story review, you can add everything which is related to story review. It could be materials, it could be links. And from here, for example, we can add link. And you will add the link here and the text to display. Like I already shared links to my students for this semester. Like in this one, Classwork. Here, for example, here's a link, and it takes them to the activity and to the link to practice. And even in Classwork, we can add quizzes from Microsoft Forms. And what is class 2? Here. So if you added to assignments, it will be added, it won't be organized, it won't be categorized, and it will be ordered chronologically to students. So it might be difficult to allocate or to find something specifically. So if you want to create a quiz to your students or share with them, either in assignments or classwork, because we haven't created a module in classwork here. So you can start from the beginning. My quizzes, this is the recent quiz I have used, and then attach. You can put like the submission date for them. And that's it. And then assign, so that the mark that they will get in Microsoft Forms, it will be added automatically to Microsoft Teams as well. And even the points are added automatically because you have already put this in Microsoft Forms. There is another feature I want to share it with you, which is live quizzing, like Kahoot and Quiz Live. You can do this with Forms as well, with your students. So here is a quiz that I shared with them. And even it's good for online classes as well to follow up who is doing the quiz, for example. It shows immediately, like if they started with their with your quiz or not. So how to play with live quizzes is from here, App Launcher, Forms. Let's say this is the quiz that you want to do it live with your students. And from here, present, you can share with them the code, so they will join your quiz, and they will write their names as well. And then they will get the questions. Students are already done with this quiz. And then like you will get the feedback for question by question. So you will see who answered correctly and who isn't. I think, Arwa, now you can move to grading and how to add a rubric to the assignment.
All right, let me share my screen and let me show you how can you do the rubric. So if you want to make a rubric for your students, you just need to go to the assignments and then new assignment. This is my assignment page. From here, you can add rubric. So here we have two types of making a rubric using AI, the second one, and this one creating it from scratch. So if you create it from scratch, you should you should write all the details that you need. But from AI, it will help you to write the details, the needed details. So let me click the first one. Then you can put a title. For example, if it is an assignment for writing, compare and contrast essay rubric. And then here you can put some descriptions for the students. So once the rubric will appear to them when they see the assignments. So you can give them some details like, I will use this rubric when I am going to mark your assignments. Okay, and then you click next. Then these are the scales. Do you want excellent, good, fair, poor, or you want exceed standards, meet standards, or below standards, or you want others? So I will choose the first one, and then you should write now the criterias. For example, task, and then organization, and then grammar. So these are my criterion. Then I will click next. This is how the rubric will show to me. I have here these four sections and then the levels here: excellent, good, fair, poor. Four levels. If you want to add more, you go here and then you add a new level. As you can see, there is no details for each one of the criteria. So what you can do, you can use this AI generator and modify the rubric using AI. So it will fill these boxes with the details that you need. If you don't want to use AI, you can just write it manually. So then you need to choose the level. It's a university level, the language. What do you want the rubric to evaluate? So write here a description. And then, do you want the details to be as a one sentence or two sentences? So I'm going to use two sentences and then update the rubric. You see, now they have like the AI helped you to write the details. If you want it, if it's the same like your rubric, you can use them. If it is not the same, you can just change it from edit here. Okay. And then once you finish doing the rubric, you need to press here, click the points. Each one of the points will have 25. The total will be 100. So then I will put attach. So now I have a rubric. Let me write a title. Okay. If you want to attach anything, you can do it. And here reflecting, like asking the student how do they feel after submitting the assignment or the essay. This is how they can see it. Once they click on submit, they will have like this question. So here you can assign it immediately, or you can schedule to assign it in the future, or you can save it as a draft. So if I click to assign, and now I want to grade it, I will go to the grades. As you can see, none of my students still did it. If you want to know how can you grade it, you go to the assignments and then you click to the assignment, and then you will have this page. Still they didn't turn in, so no submissions. If I click to Shahad, the assignment will appear here, and then you can move on between the students from this arrow. You can write feedback here, and you can here use the rubric. For example, task achievement, you want to give 4, 3, 2, 1. For example, I will give 4. Then organization 3, vocab 3 points, and the grammar, let's 2 points. Okay. Once you finish, you can put here general feedback for your student, and the mark is 75 out of 100, and then click on return. Once you click to return, the student can see their mark, and they can also see the feedback that you did here. So this is like a general tutorial, how can you do the grading, and then you can click close. So this one I have got, this one Shahad has got 75 out of 100. If they go to the grades, the marks of all the assignments will appear here. So this is compare and contrast essay, and this is the mark of the student. This is another assignment. So you will find all the assignments here with the grades. So this is how you can do the rubric and the grades. Do you have anything you want to say, Arwa? Any
No, thank you.
questions?
Just I remind the our colleagues to for the link for giving the feedback form. I sent it in the chat.
May I have a question?
Sure.
Regarding the assignment, how many times can the students, or can I return the assignment, and how many times they can give it back to me? I mean, can we keep it like going back and forth, or it's only one time and then I have to create another assignment in this case? This is question one. Question two, regarding a problem, or not problem, or one of the difficulties in level 4 project and presentation where the students create a questionnaire. Is there a way that students can create questionnaires and they can see each other's questionnaires without editing it and doing it like a list, so they can know which questionnaires they have finished and which one they haven't finished? Is this possible on MS Teams? Thank you very much.
Okay,
All
so
right. Yes, go ahead, Arwa.
please go ahead.
Regarding question number 1, which is about turning in, it's only, I think, one time. So once you click on turn in, then the students cannot like press again to check it and then turn it in again to you.
They can, I think, Arwa, they can.
Is it they can?
Yeah. Like I will share one of my assignments for reflective writing, because usually we give them like an opportunity in the first 2 writing. Let me share my screen. And as you can see here, like when ready to grade, it means like I returned the assignment to that student and waiting for him. So they I mean, there are like unlimited number. back and forth. You can return the assignment to students for like to improve it and then send it back. And you can give feedback from here. So it's clear that I gave them feedback so they can apply the feedback and then submit it again to you. Yeah, I think the second question is possible through class notebook, right, Arwa? Maybe you can.
What was the second question? I couldn't get it.
How can students view each other's questionnaires, right?
Yeah, without editing it, because the main problem or the obstacle is that we have, for example, 6 groups. Each group is going to send his link to the other 5 groups, and students get confused which one they have finished and which one they have finished, and we start calling like the students, please, and follow up them, who does it and who doesn't. I mean, like this is the main obstacle. So can we do it via MS Teams where students can see each other questionnaires like in a list? So they go from one to another, organizingly.
So you mean you want like the questionnaire, you can like put it there, post it, and then the students cannot edit? Is it like
But
that?
they can't edit the questionnaire itself, but they can take it. I mean, they can answer the questionnaire, and then at the end they get like just like Microsoft Form, and then they get the results at the end. Is this possible via MS Teams, or it has to be via Microsoft Form?
I think it's better to do it in Microsoft Forms, because if you do it in class notebook, the students can just take it. You can put it in the content library, and then the students can just download it, and then they can do the questionnaire. They need to send it back to their own private space, their own private space. So none of
Okay.
the students can see the other students' performance.
Okay, clear.
Do you have another questions?
No, thank you very much. Thank you. It was very informative, actually, session. Thank you very much. It was very useful.
Thank you for joining the session. Have a good day.
Thank you very much.